All right, time for sexual follies. So I had a PragerU video come out 2 days ago, a day ago, 24 hours ago. So it got 1 million hits on YouTube already. It's an attack on feminism. It's telling you why I dislike feminism. I'm not going to play the video because that's not what I want to talk about. But please go on and watch it. It's telling why I think feminism is a low, stupid, small-minded, mean theory, a philosophy that degrades people, and that we don't need it. It turns men and women against each other. And look, for me, I think for most of us, the relationship between men and women are part of the joys of life, right? For most people, the relationship between the romantic relationship, the erotic relationship, just the interplay between male and female is part of the chief consolations of life, all right? And this is just, feminism has just turned us against each other, made people angry at each other, it promotes anger, and it doesn't help women. And as I point out in the video, it's the Constitution and classical liberalism take care of the rights of women, right? Women are guaranteed their rights. They should be guaranteed their rights. I want women to do whatever they want to do. I think feminism degrades their femininity. It tells them that their feminine desires are bad and that they should have masculine desires, and masculine desires are the only good thing, and men have stolen them from themselves. That's basically what feminism says. So I've been obviously getting all this hate mail. And what is fascinating to me about this hate mail is all of it accuses me of saying that women shouldn't have whatever job they want or shouldn't have whatever job they can do. It's nowhere in the video. So why do people say this? Why are they saying this? It has to be because they have conflated feminism with the rights of women. And this is something the press and the left has organized. It's a brainwashing thing where they would say, if you would say, I'm anti-feminist, they say, why are you against women? Well, I didn't say I was against women. I said I'm anti-feminist. Yeah, but that's against women. So they've conflated these two things. They've conflated a philosophy. Feminism is a philosophy. And by the way, you cannot say, oh, well, it's not all feminists. It doesn't matter. The philosophy leads to a certain place. A professor of Georgetown University, C. Christine Fair, an associate professor. Georgetown is a big school, right? An important school. She said on Saturday, white Republican men should die. And an added bonus would be if women castrate their corpses and feed them to swine. Now, if I heard words like that coming out of my mouth, I would say, gee, something's wrong with my philosophy because I shouldn't be turning into this person. I got a letter from a young woman this morning, an email that starts out, you're an effing idiot. You're an effing idiot. And we're not going to let old white men tell us who we are. So it's full of racial hatred. That's racial. Old white men is racial hatred. Ageism, like something wrong with being old. If you think there's something wrong with being old, just wait, because guess what? And I'm an effing. And then she ends and she says, everything we do in the world, we either do out of love or out of fear. And if you're doing something out of fear, you're just not getting it right. So in other words, she is operating out of love when she calls me an effing idiot, when she says you're an old white man and white is bad, the color of your skin is bad, right? And that is the delusion that the left sells, that we are acting out of love. And by the way, you stink and I hate the color of your skin and you're too old. And somebody, who was it? One of the rappers just called Kanye West an Uncle Tom. Snoop Dogg. Who was it?
Snoop Dogg said that.
Snoop Dogg said it. Okay, and it's a terrible racial slur. And Uncle Tom, doesn't matter whether a black man says it or not. All of this stuff that we're seeing, this stuff about Brett Kavanaugh, where people are reducing themselves to the mob. Writers for the New York Times are reducing themselves to mob think. All of it is the result of philosophy. Susanna Danuta Walters, a professor of sociology and director of the Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies program at Northeastern University. She writes a piece in the Washington Post, why can't we hate men? It seems logical to hate men. I can't lie, I've always had a soft spot for the radical feminist smackdown. They have conflated, mixed up, confused a philosophy with a gender, with a group of people. Nobody is attacking women when you attack feminism. What I'm attacking is the philosophy of feminism, the philosophy that divides us, the philosophy that tries to organize us into grievance-organized mobs, grievance-motivated mob. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the degradation of the left by that organization. That's exactly it. All right, I got to say goodbye. Remember, the mailbag is tomorrow. That means that you go on dailywire.com, hit the podcast button, hit the Andrew Klavan podcast, hit the mailbag, put your questions in the mailbag, all of them answered correctly, will change your life. Sometimes for the better. Look, I'm doing the best I can, all right? I'm Andrew Klavan. This is The Andrew Klavan Show. The Andrew Klavan Show is produced by Robert Sterling. Executive producer, Jeremy Boring. Senior producer, Jonathan Hay. Our supervising producer is Mathis Glover. Technical producer, Austin Stevens. Edited by Alex Zingaro. Audio is mixed by Mike Cormina. Hair and makeup is by Jesua Alvera. And our animations are by Cynthia Angulo and Jacob Jackson. The Andrew Klavan Show is a Daily Wire Forward Publishing production. Copyright Forward Publishing 2018.